Hey guys, Golden Goose here. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. Um, I guess we all got a little bit more free time now, and life just kind of hit there for a little while, and I had to roll with the punches. And I was starting a new job and kind of, moving around a little bit and trying to find a little space for myself. But we're back, and since I've been away, I've kind of decided to make this channel an overall review channel as opposed to just herbs and plants that you can use to achieve certain things. Um, but yeah, this today I decided to do a music review, and I'm gonna start including more music, film, just art in general, maybe some social commentary in there once in a while, which everybody's got an opinion, right? But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get in here and start giving my review on some things that kind of speak to my heart, which has always been music and film. It's always been more of a hobby to give commentary on these things. But either way, today I'm reviewing Puscifer's new track, which was released midnight in the US, titled Apocalyptical, which I think Maynard is actually saying apocalyptical in the song, which kind of plays perfectly to Puscifer's sort of humorous slant that they always kind of include in there, which I would say Conditions for My Parole, it was only very lightly sprinkled in there because that album is just so much more full and vibrant and colorful. It's more of like an art piece to me. Not to say that the more humorous ones aren't an art piece, but it's just a different style of art, I guess I should say. And this one kind of played into that humorous slant and that very colorful artistic slant that they've gone with like Conditions of My Parole, and a lot of songs in Money Shot sort of have a little bit more of that colorful, full feeling. Um, but you could already see in Money Shot sort of how they've begun to blend these techniques even better. Like they just keep getting better at sort of keeping those real heavy, synthy, um, bassy sort of sounds throughout their music, but also be able to kind of make fun of themselves and kind of laugh at society and all of these, horrible, tragic things that we can be involved in. Um, as well as the just more light-hearted elements of life. So, getting into this track specifically, though, it is very, very well blended. It's, Karina and Maynard's vocals sort of resonate off of each other more perfectly than ever, I would say. It's a very strong harmonization between the two of them, and especially if you listen on some headphones, they they sort of have this like right left speaker dichotomy, and they just switch back and forth between the two sometimes, and it gives a really trippy sort of effect. Um, really digging the just synthy, heavy, bassy sounds. The lyrics are very of the times, I would say. Maynard seems to be in support, at least for my interpretation, of the fact that maybe this virus was spread, or that there's some sort of cover up going on with all of this, and that there's basically evidence right in front of everyone that sort of confirms this. And, a lot of people might not necessarily resonate with that sort of sentiment, but I thought it hit actually really well for the times. And um, I've had some definitely some interesting debates with people on these types of subjects, and a lot of people, it does seem like, will just bury their heads in the sand even though the evidence is right in front of them. Even if you don't just look at this virus situation, look at the monetary system, or, privatized medicine and all of this stuff. It's just, it's very icky, and it doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth. And a lot of people just ignore these things just to kind of stay in a routine. And I think that's another thing that he was kind of hinting at with the, jog on, keep your head down. How joggers are in this kind of 5 day a week routine type of thing. And a lot of people are on that with their regular working schedule. And yeah, I think Maynard kind of hits on these notes very well lyrically. And yeah, it almost has a sort of like circus feel while also retaining a sort of like sterilized, kind of to hint at the sterilization that having a government and these federal sort of people overseeing everything can make us and the world feel. And the song kind of expresses that in a very subtle way, which I appreciated a lot. The production quality, of course, is just crisp as ever. Um, Definitely, I would say it's a very good like headphones track, like headphones with a good little bass knob you can turn up or something, and just turn that bass knob all the way up and feel those eardrums tickle a little bit. But yeah, it definitely was a good track. I'm interested to hear the rest of the album, if it's in line with the same quarantine theme, or if they sort of included this track sort of last minute because of the situation. Because if I remember correctly, they were recording this album before all of this happened. So they probably included this in there. Not totally sure on that, but either way, I'm definitely interested to hear how this track sort of resonates with the rest of the album. Um, but overall, I do think it's a very solid track. It's definitely Puscifer, and I'm just always excited to get new Maynard, in whatever form that comes in. For some reason, he just puts a blessing on the music or something, and it always ends up coming out sounding really good. He knows how to pick the right artist to complement his vocal range and sound. So, um, and just to speak a little bit on this, like I know I've noticed a lot on the social media, a lot of pushback on this song, and I think people really got to give it a little bit of a listen, and give it a few listens actually, and see how it resonates with you maybe even a few days later. Because Maynard is always, I feel like Maynard's bands anyways, always include a more complex element that you might not necessarily see right away or feel right away from the music, but it's definitely there, and the complexity is there, of course. It's almost a complexity through the simplicity of it in a way. But either way, that's my thoughts on the new Puscifer track, Apocalyptical. Check it out. I think it's on Spotify right now. And leave in the comments what you thought of the track, and maybe some other songs that you might want me to review, or some herbs and plants you might want me to review, or films, anything like that. Just leave it in the comments. If you like this video, then give me a like. If you didn't, still give me a like. Don't hit that dislike button. Although now that I said that, people are probably going to hit it. Either way, just have a good day and stay golden.